Most of us do. Because there's a lot of things in the world that need our help. There's hunger in the world. There's poverty in the world. There's injustice in the world. There's violence in the world. I mean, there's so much in the world going on. And what a lot of us do is we, with full good intentions, meaning well, we join a movement, an organization, or something, and we're gonna fix it. The problem becomes when I'm rooted in anger, when I'm rooted in fear, I'm not a good channel for actually what needs to be done. And then it actually becomes much more about me and my ego than actually being beneficial to anyone else. I will share a personal story with you that those of you who have been coming to satsang for a long time may have heard, but it's worth sharing with you here, which is a story of when I first came to India. And I went with Puja Swamiji to see a group of schools in a slum area that he had been approached to sponsor. There was a group of 10, 11 schools that were running, but the trust that was running them didn't have any money. They were running in the slums, they had nothing, and this trust approached Puja Swamiji and said, would you adopt these schools? So he says to me, would you like to come and see them? Sure. So we went, and we spent all day in the most horrendous slums that you can imagine. Come back that night, I'm crying. And we get back to the ashram in Delhi, and it's dinner time. And I say, oh, I can't eat dinner. Oh my God, how can I eat dinner? I can't, those kids, and oh my God. And he says to me, are your tears helping them? And I say, no, but oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And he says, your tears are only helping your ego. He said, you feel like a very compassionate person. You feel like a very good person. Look, I spent the day with poor kids in the slums. Now I can't eat. I can't sleep. Look, aren't I a good, compassionate person? He said, but your tears are not helping them. He said, if you really care about them and you really want to help them, eat your dinner, go to sleep, and get up at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning and start figuring out where you're going to raise the money to sponsor these 10, 11 schools. So that will help them. And I share this story frequently because a lot of us, especially when we're young, we see things in the world. There's injustice, there's violence, there's discrimination, there's this, there's that. I mean, there's so much. And we want to do something. But that doing something typically just takes the form of we yell, we scream, we picket, we sit in, we do Facebook posts, we do online petitions, we cry and we sit around and we cry together, and we feel on some level like we are doing something. We are part of a movement. The problem is it's a movement that isn't actually going anywhere. Now, that being said, social uprising is important insofar as it makes people understand, no, we don't accept the status quo. And so when there are issues in society that need to be addressed, having people come together for it, it's important. As a first step. As one piece. But really what the world needs, much more than people in the streets yelling and screaming and carrying picketing signs and not being able to eat or sleep because they're so upset about it, is people who do yoga, who meditate, who are grounded enough themselves that they are able to actually be tools in the hands of the divine, so they can actively serve in a way that isn't about their ego, that isn't about their anger, but that is actually a way that benefits this very world that they're claiming to care so much about. And so in our world today, there is so much going on that absolutely requires every one of us to stand up and take part. I always say these are not the days to say, I'm going to sit this one out. These are the days where, as spiritual people, we must be engaged. But we must be engaged in a way that is grounded and anchored and clear and from a place of love and truth. Because screaming and yelling in the streets at them just creates more division between us and them. And whether you're yelling from this side of the line or you're yelling from that side of the line, either way. And then in your heart, you're going home with a division, us and them. We are right, they are wrong. And what we need today is people who are grounded and anchored and rooted in an awareness of oneness. Because we can keep creating boxes and circles and lines based on today's political situation, today's climate situation, today's international situation. We can make circles and lines about everything ranging from women to people of different sexual orientations, to people of different castes, to people of different colors, to people of different religions, to political, whatever it may be. You can make as many different circles and lines and boxes as you want. And you can be on the inside, you can be on the outside. But all that does is draw our lives into mazes. Today we scream about that, tomorrow we scream about this. I'll write today's petition, you write tomorrow's petition. But the world stays the same. If you actually look throughout history at the leaders who have really effected actual positive change, who have really brought about change, from Gandhi to Martin Luther King, to Nelson Mandela, to everyone in between. These are leaders who were strong, who were forceful, and who were rooted and grounded and anchored in themselves. Their work was not work of me versus you. And so what the youth need today is the same as what everybody needs today. You know what to say no to. You've got dozens of things to say no to. Find something to say yes to. Figure out what is it we say yes to and work for that. That's what your yoga, that's what your meditation, that's what your spiritual practice, that's what's going to give you. We have enough people in the world saying no. We know no. But that doesn't get us anywhere. What are we prepared to say yes to, and how are we prepared to change how we live? And that's what we need.